Hi, my name is Patrick Tucker. I recently done a term paper on the disappearance of a distinctive black way to mourn by Tiffany Stanley in The Atlantic. Miss Stanley references and says, first of all, for centuries, the black funeral director has been serving its communities. The black funeral director is looked upon as being a leader just like a pastor or a barber is looked upon. They are looked upon when there is a loss. The native burial rituals of the black community comes from the Central and the West Africans that were enslaved and brought to this country. They had hopes of when they died that they would either go to heaven or go to their native land. But it was after the Civil War that we find out that the funeral industry attracted many African Americans that were looking for an economical opportunity. The funeral director goes on throughout history as in the civil rights movement as being proactive. Such stories such as Martin Luther King would use the limos to get around, or if he wanted to get in town or out of town discreetly, he would even use the hearse. Even today, such traditions such as the gathering of the family, that when somebody died, all the way up to the funeral, people would come by the family's house bringing food or cards and show their sympathy in the time of loss. Many traditions such as limos, that the families would get limos to escort them to the funerals. Even down to the traditions of the black church is linked to the black funerals. Even down to the song selection, even as I look at the traditional songs that I heard as a kid, songs such as "When You Hear My Home Going, Don't Worry About Me," or "God Give Me What It Takes to Make It In." Such songs refer to death. And even looking back into the history of the African American community and slavery, their hope was death, of getting out of what they're in. And even today in the funeral of an African American, you will find that it turns into a celebration inside the service because the person has left this life full of grief, full of hurt, full of despair, to go on to a better place. And the African American funeral has been distinctive in the way that they grieve, such as the families don't hold in their emotions, but they let it all out at the funeral. That's why, as a potential funeral director, I will do my best to make sure that the distinctive way of black mourning does not disappear. Thank you.